Greetings, my fellow Pipetarians. Welcome to another Christmas Advent Pipe Devotional. This would be number 13. So this is Friday the 13th. Not actually the 13th, really. It's just the 13th devotional, but I'm smoking something different, less Christmassy probably, but I'll share with you a joke to start off. Well, it's a story, whatever. There's these three guys who are on their way home from a Christmas party. They've had quite a lot of exuberation. And so they lose control of their vehicle. They drive off a cliff and they all find themselves having to face St. Peter at the pearly gates. So St. Peter says to them, well, you guys did not live especially stalwart lives. You're not especially great guys. And I don't know if you have earned heaven, really. But being as how this is Christmas time, I'm in a pretty good mood. I'm cheerful myself. Tell you what, if you can produce anything before my eyes right now that has anything at all to do with Christmas, I will let you walk in. Walk right into paradise forever. So the first man steps up. Peter says, well, my friend, my partying Christmas party friend, what do you have for me? Well, a man fishes around his pockets, pulls out a lighter, does this. And Peter says, no. What is that supposed to be? He says, it's a candle. For crying out loud, Advent, candles are all over the place for Christmas time. I mean, people put luminaries around their house. They light things up, and if it's not by flame, it's by electricity. Come on, candles. St. Peter thought for a second, go, all right, I guess you're right. That's absolutely true. Sure. All right. You're in, my friend. So that man walked right on in. And then second guy comes walking up. And Peter says, all right, what do you have for me? Can you beat that guy? Because doesn't seem like you have too far to reach to beat that one. Well, the guy didn't smoke. He didn't have a lighter. He didn't know what he was going to do. He didn't have any Christmas stuff on him. There wasn't even a piece of, I don't know, tinsel or anything left on him from the party. What was he going to do? And all of a sudden, as he's jiggling around, he feels something. So he says, I've got it. And Peter says, what is that? And he says, why, bells, Christmas bells. Jingle all the way. Well, it couldn't be denied. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good thing. So Peter said, all right, my friend, you are in. Enter into paradise. Merry Christmas. And the very last guy wasn't driving. He didn't have the keys. Doesn't smoke. Didn't have the lighter. But earlier, the smoker guy handed him something. He reached around his pocket and he took a look at it. And Peter says, well, what do you have for me? And he goes, here you go. And Peter recognized it was a tobacco tin. And he goes, how does tobacco have anything to do with Christmas? The man looked at it and he went, it's carols. Carol's tobacco. Old road smoking mixture. This is a defunct tobacco, no longer exists, but it did clear up to the 80s. The Carol still lives around, but they've been absorbed by a bigger group, BAT. I think I read it was a Cavendish, Virginia, with Latakia, probably, yeah. But I can't get this. but I thought carols for Christmas was a good idea. So instead, what I'm smoking was I was digging around and I found in one of my canning jars, in which I've had some of my tobaccos, this last little baggie of McClelland's chocolate cream. McClelland's chocolate cream. And so right now I'm smoking McClelland's chocolate cream. How many of you have some McClelland's you're smoking? Fueled up my lighter, a lot of flame there coming out of that. A lot of people say, what's with all the singing at Christmas? Why so many carols? Why all this stuff? What is the big deal? I'm not even a singer. And you're like, well, maybe you ought to be. God kind of created us to sing. And you got to admit, when radio plays, you tap your foot, there's something to it. I saw a video today of a little girl who she got one of those Christmas things, like a Christmas tree or something. You push the button, it starts dancing and singing. And as soon as it did, this 1-year-old starts jiggling back and forth too. And I thought, oh, it's in us. Music is in us, and God has put it there. It's a very unusual thing. I don't see too many animals doing it. I don't know, maybe some of them do, but that's really one of our things. And God intended for us to sing. He made us with the vocal cords, with the capacity to hit these high notes, these low notes, to work on it. A lot of people never sang ever. I didn't growing up. I thought it was some sissy thing. When I got into church, I got an opportunity. For some reason, that's what we do. We worship God, and we say words to music, and it's just, sometimes it sounds like we're angels. And I'll bet the angels look at us and go, oh, that's great. Because angels are spirits and don't even have vocal cords, really, right? And if you open up the Bible, if you open it up dead center, like if somebody says, hey, turn to Psalms, you just pretty much open the Bible dead center, and there's an entire hymn book there called Psalms, 150 Psalms. And I wanted to read one to you. It's Psalm 95, verse 1-3. It says, come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout aloud to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before him with thanksgiving and extol him with music and song. For the Lord is the great God. That's why carols come along with Christmas. He's our salvation. Salvation was born in Bethlehem. And salvation was something God was credited with even way back before Christ came. But there you are, and so many of the songs sing about the birth, about angels singing. Although we're not quite sure angels sang. It doesn't really say they sang. They show up and they say stuff, and then they make a big appearance, and we sing songs and we put them into them. But I don't see a whole lot of angels singing in the Bible. It's questionable even the one or two places where people go, well, that might be it. Still, we don't know. They're spirits. They can do what God lets them do, but they're not physical with vocal cords and all that sort of thing. Anyway, so that's all I wanted to say to you is, it seems to be staying lit. It's just I'm trying to get a bigger production out of this. I'm sorry about McClelland's. This is actually a pretty darn good tobacco, chocolate cream. It's been in a jar, and I opened it up. It was almost, steam came out. It was like holding that moisture very well. So I have maybe one more bowl left, and that'll be the end of that whole thing. I wonder how many of you have run out. And it's just at the end. And if I make a leap, if I may, how many of you have ever been at the end of your rope in life? You just go, what's the point? What's the hope? What do I have? That's what Christmas is all about. It's calling you back to that hope. It's saying, God knows. God knows we are but dust, the Bible says. And here's Jesus. So think on that, meditate on that, go with that. Think on the Lord, think of him as salvation. And sing some carols. Even at church now, we get up there and we start singing, and some people, I see them in the congregation, not moving their lips or just staring. What a joy it is to sing praises to the Lord, the God of our salvation, Jesus Christ. All right. Well, God bless you. Happy Advent. We'll see you again tomorrow. And Presbyterian out.